man. When Tupac was locked up back for that rape charge. So I'm gonna go back in '94 real quick. And remember when Tupac got locked up, right? Well, supposedly they said Suge Knight had posted his bail. You know, well, I did some research, man. We found out that Suge Knight is not the actual person that bailed Tupac out of jail for that rape charge. And the person that, well, the people I can say that actually did was Interscope Records. You know, because Tupac's been messing with Interscope for since in his beginning days, man. So what happened was Interscope can't didn't want to throw out their name because they didn't want to get into any kind of drama by throwing their name Interscope out there that they're helping Tupac. For whatever the case may be, that's why they just said, you know what, Suge, we'll just say that you bailed them out, and also Madonna had some part on that too. She she pitched in. She also helped them get out on that bond, uh, on that rape bond. So and then check this out. After he gets out on bond, I think it was in 95 or the end of 94. I think it's 95. Anyhow, but Madonna's always had a crush on Tupac, and you know what I'm saying. They used to have a fling, so she wanted like to get with him. You know what I'm saying. But he's like, he told her like, don't take it in any offense or nothing, man. You know, I get off to you too and all that, but we can't be together because, uh, in other words, not that it will mess up his image. It'll just that he didn't want her to get any like into any conflict or any trouble or anything happen to her personally. So so that's why he said, right now let's just be cool with each other and be friends. Maybe down the line, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was said too between Tupac and Madonna. And then back in 2016, I said this in my other video that Tupac had went to Cuba because on I forgot, I think it was her 58th birthday. Madonna went to Cuba, right? And Tupac, they met up over there. You know what I'm saying? They met up and they were at a club together. And I'm not sure if it was Mac the Messenger that caught them there, or it could have been anybody, somebody else. But there was pictures and videos about, you could see Tupac and Madonna out there dancing, on top of the table. I'm not sure if y'all seen that video or not, but it's out there. It's out there in social media. But so apparently, they're still kicking it together, man. You know what I'm saying? And anyhow, uh, let me see. I also wanted to address an issue about Russell Poole. He was a detective that was really trying to dig in and find out what really happened to Tupac, man. You know what I'm saying? And the detective who worked for the police department, he worked for them for over 18 years and found out that there were dirty cops working for Suge Knight. Russell also mentioned that Suge was involved in drug trafficking and had Tupac shot, supposedly. You know what I'm saying? So Suge Knight also had others killed because he was trying to make it look like it was an East Coast West Coast thing, right? I'm not too sure about that, man. But okay, let me go over here. Uh, all right, so and which it wasn't. It wasn't an East Coast West Coast thing. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, Russell Poole said Suge was very powerful. Uh, he had very powerful gangsters around him all the time. He was very organized, and what gave him the power was because he had like over he said at least 2 dozen police working for him, man, in his organization. Suge also had a DA, man, a district attorney working on his matters, right? So he had his own personal DA by the name of Larry Longo. He was a DA, but he was doing special shit for Suge, man. Anyhow, Russell found out that Suge Knight had the fight in the casino staged. That all this whole ordeal was because of Suge. So people would think it was Suge and his Pyro clique that were Bloods, and Orlando Anderson that was a Crip, that it was the East Coast West Coast thing. Orlando was paid off by Suge to go along with this setup fight, right? Suge wanted everybody to think it was the Crips that put out a hit on Tupac. The whole time it was Suge Knight that ordered the hit. But what gets me is that did Suge do this to try to really kill Tupac? But Tupac got away because Tupac had his own plan? You know what I'm saying? Or did Suge do this so he can help Tupac fake his death? You know what I'm saying? Let me repeat that again. Uh, did Suge really kill Tupac? Let me go back again. Well, what gets me is that did Suge do this to try to really kill Tupac, but Tupac got away because Tupac had his own plan, like his own people? Or did Suge do this so he can help Tupac fake his death? Yes. I'm gonna leave already. Okay, Mia. Bye. Bye. Please let me know what you guys think on that. Uh, I'm gonna break you down on something real quick just to knock this out. Here's a little something I want to let y'all know about Big. Just something short, real quick. Hacky was one of Suge's security officers, right? Said that he has evidence, but he's not saying what's in the video or what's in the evidence. But Hacky did say he knows who shot Biggie, and the LAPD also knows who the shooter is, but haven't done or arrested this individual. This individual, which I did some research and found out, goes by the name of Harry Billups, right? Who was not been questioned by the LAPD or anybody by that matter. Also, Gene Deal, who was Biggie's head of security, said he saw the guy that shot Biggie and was a Muslim dude. Gene Deal told the whole story to Biggie's mom and to the LAPD on what happened that night. Gene said it had to been a setup because that guy that shot Big that night was sitting in his car on the corner of the street the whole time they were there. He saw the dude first walk up towards them that night, and he said that the Muslim dude didn't look right. Like you know what I'm saying? They made eye contact, and Gene Deal showed that Muslim dude his piece. He said he showed him his 40, right? Like picked up his shirt a little bit, and then that Muslim dude saw it. So this dude just ended up bouncing and he walked away until he couldn't see him no more. So anyhow, so when they were set to go, Puffy and Biggie just like they were parked on the on the street, right? And that dude that was there on the Muslim was like 8 cars up front, parked on the side curb. So when they were taking off, they just pulled up to the first lane and pulled up to the light. So that makes them right next to that dude that was parked, that Muslim dude right at the corner. He was already there sitting. So he blasted and just bounced to the right, and they didn't even go nowhere. They just stayed there. So, anyways, uh, while the Muslim dude was already sitting in his car at the corner, he pulled out his Nina and commenced to firing at Big. Then he took a quick right and drove off. The funny thing, when Gene and Tone, because Tone was the driver and Gene, there was a few of them. Tone was the driver, Gene Deal was in the back seat, and there was somebody else in the passenger and somebody else in the back seat. Anyhow, they tried to catch up to this Muslim dude. Check this out. Check this out. Every time they would hit 100, the fucking RPM or the fucking accelerator would just go zzz, it'll go back down. So they'll go the fastest they could go is probably like 90, 95 without it going back down. So every time they were trying to catch up, they will hit 100 and it'll go back down. So they were trying to do that, man. And they were trying to do that, right? They were trying to do that, but it would go all the way back down. So they would speed up again and again. Once they hit the car 100, the car's accelerator would go all the way back down again. The only reason why that happens on your car is that happens when your car has a government chip on it. They have control of your accelerator, man. They take control, man. So their car had a chip in it, so they never caught up to the car. So when they went up to the hill, they saw the car way ahead, right up the hill. So when they were trying to catch up, by the time they got up to the hill, that car was gone. That dude was gone, man. And then Gene even said that the driver told there was like couple lights, I guess, and stop signs that he actually stopped. You know what I'm saying? He actually stopped and then kept then go instead of just trying to pass the lights. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Get the man, get the fuck out of here. Let's go. Let's catch this motherfucker." You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but anyhow, so just please let me know what you guys think about that little part of the evidence, man. You know, just comment below. Let me know, man, what y'all's views are on it. I really appreciate that, man. Uh, there's too many inconsistencies about Tupac and Biggie's death. I know there's a lot of people saying that we should let Pac rest in peace, but how can we when too much evidence and proof that he's alive, right? There's just too much that you can't just let go, man. So I'm going to continue digging until I really find some good merit. So please continue to stick with me and check out my videos. Um, so I can give you the inside news and scoop about Tupac and Biggie. You know what I'm saying? But before I go, I want to leave you all with this. Please, my people, understand and please don't believe the hype. They are trying to tell you and want you to believe. They are trying to tell you that it was like an East Coast, West Coast thing, and that it was a blood and Crips issue. They killed Pac and Big or anybody else involved in regards to the labels or anything like that. It has nothing to do with all these reasons, man. I can tell you right now who was involved and why. And I'm like almost like, you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of y'all can agree with me in this part, but everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You know what I'm saying? And how they look at it and what kind of evidence each and everybody's got on their part. You know what I'm saying? But It was the COINTELPRO, the FBI, the CIA that had Pac and Big killed. That really, they really wanted to kill Tupac because, like I said on the other video, Tupac was going to become a revolutionary. The government had it in for Tupac. They had it in for Tupac, Afeni, Geronimo, Martin Luther King, Tupac's aunt, the one that's in Cuba right now, and a lot of more people, man, that are involved. The government don't want anybody who might become a threat to the government's agenda. They knew Tupac was going to be a threat and knew Tupac had a lot of people backing him and was going to unite the people. Tupac had strong beliefs and was going to be somebody big, so they knew they had to kill Tupac. One last personal thought. Hold on a minute. All right. One last personal thought I would like to address to y'all. I know I have a theory that I think Suge had something to do with Tupac's death also, but it's not real big. But what if these are just like conspiracy theories? Like, it could be, maybe not. But I just want to address it to y'all, and y'all take it whatever which way you want, man. But what if Snoop had something to do with Tupac's murder? Just hear me out. Snoop kept asking Tupac if he's going to Vegas, right? When they were on the airplane. Also, Daz wanted to go to Vegas on September the 7th, but Snoop told Daz no, because he told him no, goes, I don't want you to fuck this up. Snoop told that to Daz, I don't want you to fuck this up. Whatever that meant. I only could take it one way. Is no, don't go, because if you go, you might end up intervening or something might happen where the plan might not go as it's supposed to, and then I'll be able to succeed with that Tupac's death, killing Tupac. Anyhow, what was Snoop trying to say or mean? Then when Tupac got shot, Nate Dogg was driving. I think he was two cars behind him. Nate Dogg was with Suge and Tupac and all them, Frank Alexander and all the Outlaws and all them. But he had a radio. Nate Dogg had a radio, and the security at the 662, they all had radios and guns over there. But Frank Alexander, uh, Tupac's security, they told him don't carry a gun, radio, none of that shit. So he didn't have shit. So, anyways, once Tupac got shot, the security guards at 662 overheard Nate Dogg saying, got him. That Nate Dogg said that. All right. And over the radio. So Fula had said that he saw a dark arm stick out the white Cadillac window with a gun and started to shoot. I can't remember offhand, but there was a confession letter that said the shooter was Little Half Dead, which is Snoop's cousin. So they are all related. Little Half Dead, the shooter, Snoop, and Nate Dogg that was with them, rolling with them that night. Also, Snoop wanted Suge out of the picture because Suge knew Snoop wanted out of death row, but Suge wouldn't let him. Because there was twice that he was trying to go to Warner's Brothers, and then he was trying to go somewhere else, but fucking Suge stopped him dead on his tracks. Told him, nah, man, that he ain't going nowhere. He's staying with death row. So he couldn't do what the fuck he wanted. He was stuck. He felt like he was stuck. You know what I'm saying? So by Suge out of the fucking picture, Sharita would have been uh in charge of all the fucking uh of the label, and the whole time There was this dude named what was his name that was messing with Sharitha Knight. He was the security for Shook. Uh, what's his fucking name? Damn. Oh, I have his name. His name's Gracie. I think his name is. Hold on, I'll find it. Oh, Kevin Gaines. It's Kevin Gaines. You gotta excuse me, man. I got a little runny nose right now. But okay. So anyhow, so yeah. So he wanted out of death row, and Suge didn't let him. And then Sharice Knight, Suge's chick, was messing with Gaines, which was Suge's security. So if Suge was out of the picture as well, Snoop would have been in good hands, man. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, um, also, how come Snoop Dogg didn't go see Tupac when he was at the hospital until the last day, the day September the 13th? That's when Snoop actually went to go see Tupac for the first time. And then after he left, shortly after, Tupac died. Because remember they were saying he was doing bad, and then he was getting better. He was getting better and shit. And then all of a sudden, they said he had a couple heart attacks that he went for the worst. Well, that was after, and then Frank Alexander was there with Tupac the whole time. But they made it to where Reggie White called Frank Alexander and told him, "Hey man, I need you over here. I need to talk to you. Da da da. Whatever the case may be." And Frank didn't really want to go. He didn't want to leave Tupac, but he told him, "Man, you got to get over whatever," because Reggie White was the head of security. So he bounced, and then all of a sudden Snoop shows up. You know what I'm saying? So that seems all kind of fishy to me. So because after Snoop left shortly after, okay, Tupac had a heart attack. So then they said he died, right? And he had total three heart attacks that day, until finally his mom, Afeni, was like, you know what, just let him go. So then they cremated him right away. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they cremated him because they didn't want to have the autopsy and find out what was in his body when they drugged him. You know, that's just another scenario that I came up with, that I think that I did some research, and man, there's just so many fucking sides, man. You just don't know what to believe now, you know. But the strongest one for me, I think, is he faked his death, though, man. I'm really, really hoping he did, man. You know what I'm saying? And fuck it, he don't even have to come back. He's, as long as he's cool out there, man, just chill. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew the government was after him, man. And then these motherfuckers, they sell their soul, man. They're saying that fucking Snoop sold his soul, P. Diddy, all them motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? So they all work for the white guy, man. You know, those dudes don't give a fuck about Biggie. They're just pawns too. You know what I'm saying? They ain't nobody to them. You know what I'm saying? They can have them taken out. You know, and if they don't fucking listen to the Illuminati, to the COINTELPRO, man, they ain't gonna be fucking with them no more, and they could ruin their lives just like that as well. You know, so they know, man. There's some powerful motherfuckers, man. They don't play that shit. So I don't know, man. Let me know what y'all feel about that, man. About this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, but comment, and but for sure like, man. And for y'all who haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I really appreciate it. Once again, this is Big Cass with the 210 Hoods movement. One love, baby.